Alright, good afternoon everybody. Today we're going to be doing a review of the JJRC H20 Nano Hexacopter. And you can see the copter itself. It fits in the palm of your hand. According to the box, it comes in a couple of different colors. There is a green model and the red model, which I picked. Feels very well made and sturdy. It has prop guards on each of the propellers, as you can see. And it comes with one, I believe, 150 milliamp battery and the transmitter and charger. It's a nice little transmitter. It fits well in your hand. Sticks are comfortable and relatively easy to use. The battery requirement, I believe, is 3 AAA batteries. No, 2 AA batteries. The H20 does have a removable battery. So you can see the compartment there, and you can buy extra batteries relatively inexpensively, and you can stay flying all day with this little guy. So battery just plugs into the little receptacle right there. So to operate the Hexacopter, you just turn on the transmitter, of course, and once the battery is inserted, there is a tiny little on-off switch right in the center. And then you bind the Hexacopter, and she's ready to fly. So I'm going to take it into my office and do a little indoor test flight. Alright, so let's give it a little bit of throttle and take her up, see how she does. Okay, very smooth and very steady. Right off the bat. Those extra 2 rotors really make a difference in the stability versus a 4-bladed quadcopter. Okay, let's take her around and just see how she does. Just going to do a couple of very, very gentle, slow laps around the room. Okay, it's very responsive, very, very smooth and steady. And the yaw rate is not terribly fast, but we are in beginner mode, so I'm sure that makes a big difference there. Okay, do a couple of little funnel moves here. And I'm going to press the top left button up here on the finger trigger, and that should put us into advanced mode. And yeah, oh, that roll rate and yaw speed really increased in this mode. It's a very nimble flyer, and yet still very steady. Not sure what that really screechy sound is when really happens when you engage the yaw when you're turning. I guess that's just intrinsic to the design of the copter. But it flies really, really well. Okay, one thing I will note is that the LEDs in this particular Hexacopter, I don't know how well you can see them, but there is a blue front-facing LED and a red rear LED. They're actually inside the body of the quadcopter, Hexacopter rather. So it makes orientation a little bit difficult as compared to most nanocopters where the LEDs are on the outside and you can easily see them. These you kind of have to be looking closely. You have to probably be in a darker room, or you just have to sort of fly by sight and feel. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Yeah, it's very, very responsive. It's a neat little flyer. Now I'm going to put her down on the pad for just a moment here. If I can get her down on the pad. And I'm going to press this button one more time because I believe if I do this, it will be in headless mode now. Let's find out. No, actually that is a third speed setting, it looks like. Look at that. That pitch and roll rate is much, much faster. Oh, and look at that. Well, that yaw rate is almost just uncontrollable at that speed. That's really something. You can just get her spinning like a top. Okay, I'm going to turn off of that mode because that's just a little too much for the tight quarters I got indoors here. See, I went ahead and bumped the wall a little bit. But that's okay, there's some blade guards on there, so let's pop the wall a couple times, see what happens. Okay, covers pretty quickly, bounces right off. And again, I'm just amazed at the stability here, this Hexacopter. It's really, I mean, you could almost put it just in a dead hover. It's so stable. That's really neat. So this is the first JJRC product that I've bought, and I have to say so far, I mean, I'm impressed. And looks like that's all of our battery. Okay, so we are now outdoors on a nice sunny day, and we're going to see how the JJRC H20 handles outside. So, I'm going to turn on the transmitter, turn on the copter, and bind it. And let's take it up and see how she does. Okay, very stable. Just like indoors, there's not a huge amount of wind today, which is probably good. So I'm going to take it around the yard just a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. And you know, since we're outside, I'm going to put it in expert mode and just see how fast we can get this thing going. Okay, yeah, she is speedy. Now this is on the second level, which I guess would be the intermediate, even though it is pretty fast. So let's take her around like this a couple more times. Didn't mean to get the sun right in your eyes there. Alright. Yeah, she handles pretty well outside. And I can't tell exactly how good the range would be here. But I'd say right there is a good, close to 100 feet out anyway. And I'm having to navigate by using the two white colored front facing propellers because A, it's too bright to see the LEDs today, but even if I did, we do still have that issue where they're inside the housing, and I don't think it would make any difference. Alright. And I don't know if you guys can see that up there, but let's say she's about maybe 40-50 feet up at that point. Bring her back down. And against my better judgment, I'm actually going to engage the ultra advanced mode. And whoa, look at that yaw rate. That is really, really nimble. I mean, it can literally spin like a top in that. And when I said against my better judgment, whoa! Did you see that, guys? It attacked me. That's a little too nimble. Alright, let's reset this. Okay, so we've got a little bit of wind coming in now, and it's holding up okay, but it is struggling a little bit. I mean, it's a very, very light Hexacopter, so I'm not surprised that it has trouble holding up to wind. but I mean, it flies really, really well. It's so amazingly smooth, and it's really impressive. And I'm going to go ahead and set her down on the table here. Alright, so there you have it, folks. The JJRC H20. It's a very cool little hexacopter. The battery lasts about 5 minutes or so on a charge, and it's a lot of fun to fly. Very stable and responsive, as we saw. And it's available for, I believe, about the $20 mark right now on Amazon and on banggood.com. I'll put a link to the product page in the description of this video. I would definitely recommend this little hexacopter. It's a lot of fun to fly. I think it'd be pretty easy for beginners to pick up. The only thing I really didn't care for is that issue with the LEDs being inside the body housing rather than on the outside. If they were on the outside, it would just make it much, much easier to see and much, much easier to navigate, especially in brighter light conditions like outdoor flying in the daytime or even indoors. And it's still not that bad. It would just be nice if they were a little bit more visible. You can pick up the H20 at banggood.com, amazon.com, GearBest, all the usual places for your RC shopping needs. I'll put a link to the product page for each of those in the video description. And I would definitely recommend it. You can have a lot of fun with this little guy. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.